horrible what the mainstream media does. They're pushing her. Without her, she'd be 25 points down. She's so bad. She is such a terrible candidate. She'll be such a terrible president. And without her, without mainstream media, she wouldn't even be in this race. She shouldn't be in the race. Look, what she did with the emails is totally illegal. She shouldn't be in this race. She shouldn't be allowed to run in this race.
All right, that was Donald Trump yesterday with Joe Pags on the Joe Pags Show, seen every night here on Newsmax Television, 6 p.m. Eastern. I know there was a lot more to that interview, but he should be pushing, all right with the emails. We've heard about the emails. Now go on to the emails that have come out, where people are not getting the information because the media is not covering it. And there's a ton of stuff in there. Two latest polls, Rasmussen has the presidential race at a dead heat, as we mentioned earlier in the show, 42 apiece. And Investors Business Daily has Trump with a 1.5-point lead. We want your phone calls at 877-NEWSMAX, 877-639-7629. Joining me now, a cast of thousands. Bill Tucker, Newsmax contributor. John Bachman, managing editor at Newsmax TV. Ed Berliner, Newsmax TV host. And Miranda Khan, Newsmax TV host as well. So welcome to all of you. So why don't we go around, starting with Miranda first, ladies first. I'm old-fashioned in that respect. And,
thank you.
And tell us, Miranda, and what you, and then go around your table. We'll come back, we'll get to Bill, what you expect to see tonight and what Donald Trump needs to do.
Well, what I expect and what I'm hoping to see is that it's not just about them attacking each other. I've heard enough with the emails, enough with the sexual allegations. Ed, you mentioned this last time. Issues. I want to actually hear about the issues.
Good luck. Yeah. Good
Yeah?
luck. Let me please give you absolution.
But
young lady,
I
on
think
getting
viewers want to hear that.
issues you want here.
Voters want to hear that.
I don't think they do.
I think they do
I
at
really
this point.
question
You
at
don't
this
think-
point if they
I
do. Because I think that what has happened is what Donald Trump has done is everything he's done to this point has brought him a large constituency. And what he has done is not really talk issues. He has talked about insults and lies and emails and health issues. It's what people grasp onto in this day and age. I think he would only confuse people with issues at this point. Keep drilling Hillary Clinton. That's what they
But
want.
it's not going to
Make her look
expand his
bad.
base.
I don't think he can expand his base at this point. His base, I believe, is what it is. And I really don't know if he's going to be able to grab. He's got to grab the independents, those people who haven't made a decision. I don't know how he does it at this point. I really don't. I think he's lost his chance.
Well, you know, you look at some of the polling data, Steve, and you check out the Investor Business Daily poll that came out today, the one that they're working on. They boil down, you look at the crosstabs, you get into the independent voters. Donald Trump is leading among independent voters. And some other polls, including a Fox News poll recently, Hillary Clinton has lost some steam with independents. Donald Trump has gained some steam with independents. I think, you know, are we going to see any kind of different strategy from Donald Trump in the debate tonight? I saw a quote from Steve Bannon, who's obviously working with the Trump campaign, and he said Donald Trump is a master of the head fake. So was this bringing forth these, you know, kind of stunt guests for the debate? Was that his head fake? Is he going to pivot to policy tonight? And then, you know.
But if he pivots to policy, here's the question. Does he know enough about policy when you get down into the weeds of the policy and able to speak about it intelligently and able to bring it forth to the voters in a manner with which they can understand and hear something that they want to hear that says, that's what I want from a president? I don't know if he can do
Well,
that.
I think
Well, he's got one more shot.
Let's go to Bill Tucker. You've heard the opinions from the three of them. How do you fit in with them?
Well, I kind of fit in with Ed and with Miranda. I would like to hear issues, but Ed, I think you're wrong when you get into the weeds. I don't think anybody wants to hear weeds. I think they need headlines on the policy, Steve. I think people want to know, where does he stand? And they don't want to listen to some turgid, boring explanation about his feelings about Iran and about Russia. They need the headlines from him, know where he stands. And then Ed is right. They want to see some old-fashioned boxing. That's what they expect from Trump. That's what they want to see from Trump. I personally would like to see him just practice a little self-temperament control. Go ahead, be combative. Go after her. But, you know, Steve, at some point, this gets old. The insults get old. And if you want to bring in the independents, I think you got to show a little bit of self-restraint.
Well, what do you think, Bill, he did in the second debate? I thought he showed self-control. I thought he showed command of the issues. I thought he showed discipline, and he attacked her. He didn't get caught up in defending himself. I thought if he does that again, I think he'll win another debate, although the media will say he lost it, as they did the last time.
I was going to say he might win it, but he'll always lose it with the media. Yeah, I'd like to see more of that. I'd like to see more of that style of Trump, because it refutes her whole claim that this is not the guy you want to have keys to the nuclear code.
Yeah, all right, let's play. Guys, there's another commercial, or a new commercial. And by the way, I think it's problematic that Trump has not put out commercials. An internet hit here, an internet hit there, but all from months and months and months and months. Oh, he's waiting, he's saving it. Well, if he's saving it, he better unleash it. But here's part of the latest Hillary pitch.
This is not an ordinary time, and this is not an ordinary election. I want to send a message to every boy and girl, and indeed to the entire world, that America already is great, but we are great because we are good. My vision of America is an America where everyone has a place.
I'll tell you, Miranda, if I'm up on that stage tonight, I talk about, hey, you have a new commercial out there where everyone succeeds in America, everyone has a place, yet your emails reveal that you have ethnic groups that you've labeled as failures, including blacks that never succeed no matter what the circumstances. Your emails from you, your campaign manager, and the DNC have mocked gays, have mocked Latinos, have mocked, all kinds of ethnic groups and demographics. You call half of America a basket full of deplorables. How could you dare say that you are for everybody being part of America?
I'm going to be honest with you, Steve. Republicans care more about those emails than I think a lot of independents care or Democrats care. I think that she has to be careful is don't act like everything's great, because it's not great. And I think she has to be careful to still be in line with the president, but also admit that
why would you say Republicans care? Why would you say Republicans care more about the emails? The problem is no one knows.
Because Republicans are talking more about it than Democrats and independents.
Because the media has a blackout on it. The media is obsessed with Trump and his women, and if Trump sneezes, they'll say he didn't blow his nose the right way. They're ignoring the emails, the devastating emails.
That's not entirely true. I have to tell you this. A lot of the left-wing media sites have indeed. They've completely ignored it. But I have seen talk of the email, and I've also seen reports of the emails on ABC News, NBC News, CBS News, on CNN, on Fox, and on all of the major outlets. They've all
seeing mentions of it is not the same as an hour show dominated by anti-Trump garbage, and they throw in gratuitously a minute of the emails. It's not the same.
But if Donald Trump were to keep his mouth shut on all of the gratuitous ideas, all of the gratuitous sex, all of these sexual allegations, move away from it, he's the one who is keeping it alive. He is making it an issue that they can grab and that they can get ratings on. That's what it's all about, Steve. We've been in this business long enough to know that they give the public what they want. The public wants to hear the salaciousness, and if Donald Trump cut it off, stopped being a child about it, and dug away from that, walked away from that, and focused on Hillary Clinton, he'd be a lot farther ahead than he is right now, or even he would be the guy that's ahead right now.
Bill, it doesn't matter because we know from the emails that have been released that the media is in bed with the Clinton campaign. Glenn Thrush says, hey, John Podesta, I'm a hack. Don't tell anybody. Is this story okay? New York Times gives Hillary quoting. She gets to pick the quotes that are used in the story. And then on CNN, the man who does reliable sources says, I'm proud of the journalists doing what they're doing because they're defending democracy. So to say that if only Donald Trump said something different, all this would go away, I think is very naive, Bill.
Don't forget, CNN's the news organization that said they can't report on the WikiLeaks, Steve, because the WikiLeaks material is illegal, and it's illegal for them to have it, so it's illegal for them to talk about it, which is the most bizarre, weird, crazy thing I've ever heard in my whole life.
John?
Steve, I'd just like to jump in here real quick, too, because, Donald Trump is playing the victim when it comes to the media. And you're right. There is definitely bias that exists in the media. But instead of playing the victim, he could remind the American public that they always have a choice. A lot of folks might be watching other shows right now, Steve, but they could be tuning into you. And you're obviously talking about this stuff. So I think it would be beneficial if Donald Trump would just remind the American public.
Right.
Yeah, the traditional media may have its biases, but there is still choice, and you can still change the channel if you want to.
A true leader puts all of the extra fluff outside. They get rid of it. They get rid of all of this garbage. They focus on the issues. They go right at the individual that they want to attack. Stop with that, and Donald Trump could be ahead at this point if he had done it. He spends more time on it. The media grabs onto it. The media, not necessarily the press. That's part of the problem.
And I think you have to be careful as a Republican, too, to support the WikiLeaks
Well, that's
issue.
what Marco Rubio
because you have to be careful about it because you're supporting
Do we know
hacking.
that all the WikiLeaks emails that are coming out are actual emails?
Oh, so Miranda.
Wait.
Ed, who has denied it? Who mentioned in these emails has said, I never wrote that? Could you name one person?
You're right.
Okay,
They
so
said
then
they
we have
don't
to
remember
assume
it.
it's
You're
true.
right. But all I'm saying is, do we know that every single email
Fine.
and every single allegation?
Yes, we do, because no one's denied it. Final word, Bill.
And Ed, there's
I
some
don't
truth
know
to
that.
what you're saying, Ed. He is a bad hunting dog. This is a classic case of red herring. They keep dragging this across his trail, and Trump, instead of saying focused and drilling in on this and driving the point home, which he could be doing, he doesn't. He
Agree
keeps
with
getting
that.
distracted.
Agree with that. Hey, what a
point.
panel. Bill Tucker, Ed Berliner, Miranda Kahn, John Bachman. We're coming back. I am with Gimme 5. Thank you all. Big night here on Newsmax TV. Don't go away.